Salute, salute, and love. You already know who it is. It's JAH-ACE from JAH-ACE TV, man. Yeah, man. Let's talk about the supreme truth. The supreme truth. The supreme truth. The supreme truth is a documentary that just dropped. And it's based on the truths about Supreme Mcgriff, a.k.a. Supreme, from the Supreme Team, man. Those that don't know about the Supreme Team, from out of Jamaica, Queens, you know, there was a notorious drug team that was put together by Supreme and also led alongside his nephew, you know, Gerald Prince Miller. So now that Prince is home, his nephew, after doing 34 years, you know, it's only right that his nephew, Prince, do whatever it takes to try to get his uncle home and expose all these lies and everything, man. And I commend him on that. And I commend him for coming home and being focused, man, and staying the course and knowing and understanding what the mission is and completing the mission. You know, but in the documentary, there's been things said about Bimmy. Supreme said enough is enough. That's it. I'm tired of, you know, playing games and saving this dude. But he wanted to let the peoples know that for many years he hasn't said anything. But James Bimmy Anthony is a rat. So it's been out there for a while, you know, that, you know, Bimmy told or whatever. There's been different forms of paperwork and the paperwork been kind of iffy, you know what I'm saying? So to be honest, but it's been in the air for quite some time. If I was in Bimmy's shoes, I would, you know, he gotta have some tough skin to go through what he's been through for these years, man, where people was calling him a rat. I spoke to Bimmy personally before, and you know, and I was gonna do a show with Bimmy at one point in time, but you know, I was advised not to. But anyway, we gonna get into that, man, and let's just, man, learn from this, man. Learn from this. All the people that want to be in the streets and all that, learn from what's going on, man. You know, here at JAH-ACE TV, you ain't gonna get nothing but the truth. And you're gonna get real, you know, real info on this side of town, man. Yeah, hit that like button, man. Get in that comment section, man. Let's talk about this, man. Do you think that Bimmy told? You know what I mean? Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Share the channel to your peoples. If you're looking for great content, subscribe to JAH-ACE TV, man. Salute.
Brooklyn, freaking out great. JAH-ACE. We get a look at the no boy don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen wanna hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a me back. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen wanna hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a me back. We ever depend the paper chase, but no in a haste. Warriors with no fi pace. I know everywhere me I go show me face. But please, don't make me have to show me brave. Money me a praise, so me a behave. So no make me have to beat it like one of these slave. Right now me feeling high, man. Thou shall not fuck with I, man. Boy don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen wanna hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a me back. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen wanna hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot we drive through face like a me back. Me had the realist when them hear about
Judge, Supreme, Prince, Baby Born, righteous, Green Eye Born, like everybody's righteous. Me, I'm not. I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? And not now, but you know, and I prayed, and when I look at it, all the five sinners believe they God. You know what I mean? You know, they God. I never believed I was God. You know what I mean? So And I look at it that way, that, damn, it is a God. Because everybody's going, I'm the only one here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here talking to you, like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys is not, you know. And one thing I learned in life, which I learned from Supreme, is you gotta learn to spare people. You know what I mean? Because you never know one day when you want.
Just by hearing that alone, directly from Bimmy's mouth, that the majority of the Supreme Team was from the nation of the gods and earths, right? He let it be known that he's a Christian. He should have never been a part of the team. He was out of line. He was out of place. So whose fault is that? When it comes down to Bimmy, Supreme, and Prince, they dropped the ball because he was never supposed to be a part of the team. He didn't fit in. But I guess maybe on the strength of somebody, they let Bimmy in. Because Bimmy never believed in none of their beliefs. He don't believe that the black man is God. Man, this tells a lot right here, man.
Peace and love, JAH-ACE. Big up Vanderveer, Flatbush.
And y'all check out JAH-ACE's podcast. He has a platform too, and he's really good. JAH-ACE TV. Y'all check that out.
Let's hear what Prince had to say from the federal penitentiary about Bimmy. Because he gets direct and clear with this one, man.
James Bimmy Anthony has been a CI for over 40 years. Bimmy is the CI they described in this search warrant affidavit and lies that two people were kidnapped and beaten in near death. It was a lie. When they did the search, no evidence of a kidnapping existed. This is what informants do. They lie. And the police and prosecutors don't care. They just want to win no matter.
So you heard it live and direct from Supreme, Kenneth Supreme Mcgriff, saying that Bimmy been a CI for many years, right? How many years?
40 years, bitch. You don't want to sign that plea? 40 years.
This information that everybody's getting is coming directly from the former leader of the Supreme Team who Bimmy was once under. So clearly there's real issues going on right now. So many people gonna continue making content about this, but Bimmy, you heard it from your former leader directly, brother. So you gotta address this, and I know you will, and I know you have, and we gonna get into that, right? But when Nas spoke about the tattooed teardrops, was he talking about Bimmy all this time?
For tatted tears, your name's on the affidavit. You ratted, kid.
As I said before, after doing 34 years, another one of the former leaders of the Supreme Team is home, Gerald Prince Miller, who is Supreme's nephew. Yeah, flesh and blood. And he's home and he's letting it be known that he got his foot on the gas out here. He ain't playing. He's coming out here. He ain't taking no more losses. It's straight up wins, and he's going to speak his mind. He's going to let it be known what it is, but it's going to be on his terms and his time. So we're going to hear some of the stuff that Prince had to say.
Betrayal is betrayal. The worst thing is, really, you got people who will listen to people like that, actually. You know what I mean? They really knew the character and the makeup of individuals like that. They would hate themselves for listening to somebody like that. It takes a hell of a person to say, I'm going to sacrifice your life away from your family, from your kids, the people you love, so I can be with the people I love. Right. Everybody got somebody that loves them. You know what I'm saying? You know, my daughter was 8 years old when I went to prison.
For decades upon decades, we've been hearing stories and myths about Preem and Prince. But now, with the documentary being out, you know, you're going to hear some of Supreme Truths. He's finally speaking after decades of silence. He wasn't saying nothing. He wasn't doing no interviews or nothing, you know, and you're going to hear it from his mouth. Now that Prince is home, Prince is going to continue putting forth the information that we need. He's going to keep dropping books. He's going to keep doing this thing. So if y'all ain't see it yet, man, go see The Supreme Truth. And maybe you'll hear some things on there that you didn't know, and it'll get to the bottom line of a lot of these myths. JAH-ACE TV is sponsored by Racing Results, Inc., where domestic and foreign cars are treated as luxurious as they look. You can come to Racing Results, Inc. and also get rentals.
JAH-ACE TV. He keep dope interviews. He did the joint with Batman. That joint was fire.
A lot of people thought that once this Supreme Truth came out, when that documentary dropped, they thought Bimmy was going to be quiet and he wasn't going to say nothing. But I was like, yo, nah. He's not going to just fold. He ain't going to just be quiet. Bimmy going to speak. And a lot of people was telling me that that wouldn't happen. And I was right. Bimmy speaking, man. Bimmy talking, and he ain't bowing down. You know, he's standing on what he stood on for the longest by saying that he did not tell. And Bimmy straight up and down is saying that, not just saying it, but he's asking Preem, where's the documents? Where is the paperwork that will prove to the people that he's a rat?
What you got to say, Bim?
All right. I was a CI for 40 years. All right. So I must be the dumbest CI in the world, right? Let me go back in the day, right? We know the tolerance was no tolerance. You're a rat, no tolerance. Off goes your head. Nothing, no explain nothing, no nothing.
Fact.
Right? I live by them rules. I know them rules. You feel me? So this new day and age, they quick to call somebody that if they don't like them or if you ain't giving them money, if you know what I mean? If you're looking out, whatever, they put that jacket on you, right? So my thing is this, right? I don't know if people know my record. I got set up in 92. I got set up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I did a direct sale with an agent, you know what I mean, got caught up, right? Got 3 to life, went up north. So if I'm telling, and I'm a CI, how they setting me up? They setting a CI up, another CI? How? Please, Rec, explain it to me. If I'm a CI, how you gonna set me up to a direct sale?
Now, you definitely got a point. But I want to say this, though. Why would you think Preem would say this after all these years?
Cause
And
he mad at me, bro. He mad. He mad, bro. And then you got these niggas, right? Gas him up. They got a documentary that ain't do nothing, right? Right? They got a documentary that ain't do nothing. For 2 years they had it. No looks on it, no nothing. No nothing. So he dealing with the 3 clowns that, yo, bro, we done washed him. We done said he's a rat, made my page, made his page. Like we wouldn't fire. You feel me? Yo, homie, if you add that to it, nigga, it gonna go. Cause it comes from your mouth. You made him. You feel me? So what they did was, if you look at the doc, he said what he said, right? But then he ain't say nothing else about me. Nothing else to it. Nothing else. Just been telling for 40 years. James been telling for 40 years. That's it. Nothing else about me in the doc. No paperwork, no nothing. No incidents, no nothing. Nothing.
As y'all all heard it, Bimmy speaking his truth now, as he see it. And he's not backing down. He's speaking his mind. He letting it be known that, yo, he ain't do that. And the 3 clowns that he's allegedly talking about, when he was talking, that had the documentary for a while, he's talking about Irv Gotti, may rest in peace, Ja Rule, and Chris Gotti. Y'all got to read between the lines. He's saying that they been had the documentary and they ain't never do nothing with it. So now that Prince is home, Prince got in his hand, and he's the one that's moving with the documentary. Everybody that's in the loop know that 10 Toes Down is Bimmy right-hand man / security. Everybody know that, right? So there's people that thought that 10 Toes Down was going to fall back from Bimmy once the documentary hit. But 10 Toes said, oh, people talking to me and he's going to talk back to you. So 10 Toes got a lot to say. The way it's looking is like it's 10 Toes Down and Bimmy versus Preem and Prince right now. That's the way it's looking, because according to 10 Toes, you know, he's saying that Preem need to face reality and deal with his consequences. That he know that Bimmy's not a rat because they have yet to see paperwork. Let's get into what 10 Toes is talking about, man.
I got a documentary coming out, my motherfucking self. I got a documentary coming out. And guess what I'm going to do for y'all, for the people? I'm not even going to charge y'all that much. I'm not charging y'all that much because I don't need much. But I want y'all to get the story, the facts, the truth. I'm coming out with the Bimmy story, the truth. The real Bimmy story, the truth. The real Supreme Team story. I'm doing it. I'm coming out with the story. I don't need nobody to help me with shit. Preem can't tell me the story. He wasn't even there for the Supreme Team. Prince can't tell the story. He wasn't there. It's only 2 people that was there. Just, he gone. Blackie's gone. And Bimmy. Bimmy's the last Mohegan. And we're going to get the real Supreme story. We're going to get the real team, not Supreme. The real team story about what really happened, what's going on, the whole story, the whole plot, everything in my documentary. And then we're going to hear Bimmy really speak out about these papers and what happened. See, it's a lot of shit that Bimmy don't want to speak about that y'all wouldn't understand because he don't want to reopen no cases. By him speaking out too much, he going to reopen the case now. The feds, then you're really going to be like, this nigga up here ratting, this nigga doing this and that. But being that Preem feels that way and he playing dirty, then guess what? You open the doors for motherfuckers to play all the way dirty and to give all of their truth. Because you're giving all of your lies and all of your pain and all of your mental health. Niggas got to accept what they did and what their fate is. And that is, motherfuckers ain't never getting out.
Brooklyn, freaking out great. JAH-ACE. The boy don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot the drive through face like a me back. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot the drive through face like a me back. We ever depend the paper chase, but no in a haste. Warriors with no fi pace. I know everywhere me I go show me face. But please, don't make me have to show me brave. Money me a praise, so me a behave. So no make me have to beat it like one of the slave. Right now me feeling high, man. Thou shall not fuck with I, man. Boy don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that. With a double action, a rap pump action. Shot the drive through face like a me back. So don't chat tough when the key knock. Listen when I hear that.